Aria, you responded to the hospital this morning. What was it like?
So when we arrived at the hospital, we could see the significant amount of damage. The missile struck one of the hospital buildings, but it wasn't just that building that was affected, because the blast effect of these huge missiles, these 1,000-pound missiles, the blast effect was felt all the way around the hospital. It's a huge grounds, lots of windows blown out, doors blown out, medical equipment affected. It was quite a difficult sight.
Was the whole hospital having to be evacuated, or was just one part of it?
We were evacuating anywhere that was directly affected, so it wasn't just one part of the hospital, because the effect was so widespread. Magen David Adom was in place to evacuate up to 250 patients. In the first few hours, we'd already evacuated several dozen of those, and we were geared to evacuate whatever was necessary.
Ori, this barrage for you, what were you doing?
So, yeah, we were just talking about that before. So, when Arya was on his way down to Beersheba, I was on my way to a different scene in the central part of Israel, where we had a missile attack straight into a region of 5 buildings that were really close to each other, and we saw the building right in the middle that got directly hit. And then, as Arya said, we can see the buildings surrounding dozens of meters and dozens of yards out are also impacted. You see no windows, rails coming off, and you have the whole big scene.
It does seem like the barrage this morning was, I've only been here for, I don't know, 24, almost 48 hours. It was the biggest one I've heard since being here. Obviously, there have been bigger ones in the days before, but do you feel like people kind of is everybody still going to shelters as much as they were before? Is there sort of a more sense of things getting back to normal, and then this kind of was a wake-up call?
I don't think it's a question of getting back to normal. People are still following the instructions of the Home Front Command. They're still seeking shelter. We've got a few minutes warning with the missiles that are coming from Iran. We have a few minutes warning, so the population is following the guidelines that they need to be following, and it's something that has saved lives, despite the fact that we have treated over 800 people. Unfortunately, over 20 people have been killed. Nevertheless, the population is still very much geared up into a war situation. So we are still seeing people following those instructions. Nevertheless, what we saw today, although the barrage wasn't any bigger than what we've seen in the past, what we did see were 2 very susceptible targets. One of them obviously being a civilian hospital treating women in labor and people having surgery, and elderly patients and cancer patients, all of that in this one hospital. Because that was directly targeted, we saw a very, very significant impact.
What kind of shifts are you guys working?
I don't know if you can call it a shift. I think we're just working.
You're just working, yeah.
It's been pretty much full on since 3 a.m. Friday morning when the first alarm sounded. We have to be prepared for anything that might happen. Again, that's making sure that our 35,000 volunteers are ready to go at a moment's notice, making sure that all of our vehicles are manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, making sure that we have everything in place, the equipment, the vehicles, wherever they need to be, to make sure that we can respond.
Ori and Aria, thank you for what you do. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.